Yep. The old Zealous 48G gasser. As David Coverdale from Whitesnake would say. Here I go again on my own. That's right. Here we go again. This one, it's been around a while. Actually, I started this quite a while ago. Gave it away, and it's come back as part of that whole group of all the boats that I've been currently doing at the moment. So, yeah, we're nearly there. So it's actually not, there's not that much to do, because, let me give you the update. Look at that, very nice, all custom mounts for the motor. So yes, brushless, of course. We've already got the mounts for the ZTW Seal, which I'll show you. It's back over there. We've got the mounts for the custom fiber carbon box, which is over there behind me, but it's pretty straightforward. So yeah, let me go show you all the electronics. Okie dokie, so we'll start off. We've got the trays, got the standoffs, so we've got, get out of it. We've got a mount and epoxy those. Speaking of epoxy, we've got our JB Weld plastic bonder, and then we've got the old your Gorilla epoxy as well for those little bits and pieces I need to patch up. I got the ZTW programmer and Bluetooth dongle. So we'll go through that as well. And the power plan over here is a TP Power. I think it's a 670 kV, and then we've got the 300 seal from ZTW. So I've got to solder all the bullets, got the QS8s, and then we got this over here. So this is a custom made carbon fiber box. I think it's around about 3mm, 4mm. So I think I might wet sand those corners, just, you know, bring it up a bit. But this is from an old TFL radio box that's got trimmed down. I've put some alloy standoffs that I had lying around. It's got a 40 kilo ONG servo. It's got the Spectrum. If I can chase up a Spectrum controller, I think it'll be the STX2, then I'll leave that in there. But yeah, probably for testing, I'd have to throw my Futaba in. But it's a pretty straightforward build, and that's all the hardware, and that's the OSE brace for it. So I'm going to get into all this. The actual boat itself, all I got to do is epoxy those up from the auto bailers, and then decide whether to put trim tabs. Because yeah, I think anything 12S on this design, this boat, kind of requires, you know, to get the nose down. So all in all, the hull's pretty good. It's got the little patches there, because originally we were going to paint the hull, sent it away from when we done Colin's boat, which you've probably seen. There's actually a run video coming out on all these boats, and this one here, I'm definitely going to run, because yeah, why not? And there's a little bit of damage, so we got the epoxy there. We've got to get it all done. They got dropped. Oh, what a day when that got dropped. But yeah, we're going to run this. We're not going to paint it. We're just going to patch it all up. Then it's up to the new owner, because this is going on Facebook again. It's up to the new owner if they want to do anything with it. But yeah, so that's it was kind of nearly there. Just ran out of bushing, I suppose, as you do with some projects. So all in all, he's done all the work. Thank you, Jai, and he trusts me with all his boats to get him up in marketplace. The next one is gonna be a bloody beauty. But for this, I've already kind of dry fitted everything. Yeah, it's up to the soldering now, but looks good. Few little things that we need to do, but let's get into it. Okay, I've extended my signal cable from the ESC and the programming so that'll reach the radio box in the back. I'm just gonna solder on the QS8 onto here. I've got my series cable, so 8 gauge, 8 AWG in the red so it goes faster. But yeah, I'm going to get this done. I'm not going to bore you with a time lapse or anything, I'm just going to get it done. Okay, here's my top tip for doing QS8s. People are probably not used to doing the larger gauge connectors, especially if they come from like IC5, IC8, XT90s, and then they see all these QS8s, you know, why is everyone using these big ass connectors? Boats, because there's a lot of high current. If you don't do a really good good solder on your connector, the heat is just gonna pop. Then you're gonna be dead in the water and you wonder what's going on. So what I do is I like to get the other side, the battery side, and plug it in. That stabilizes the bullet inside, because when you heat these up, they get really hot. Now these come out the factory tinned, but I actually add a bit of solder onto mine as well, and then I've got a bit of flux on here too, so everything's all in. And I wear a glove. I never used to wear gloves, you know, I've been soldering for 30 years. I never used to wear gloves, but with this gauge, it's best to use just a glove on your holding, because you're going to hold it here. You're going to hold it in this position for quite a while, because what I like to do is I heat up the bullet on the connector, and then I place it in, and then I push down. So if you don't have enough solder on your ESC, it's going to splay out, and then you're not going to get a good connection. Then you get a cold joint. You want a nice gloss on it. Matte finish means it's too hot. So, and that's the other thing, too much heat is not good for the cable. So you've kind of, and it's pretty hard to do these connectors, especially with like 6 gauge bullets. You've got to know how much heat, just like Kenny Rogers, you got to know how much heat to apply. So I've got a bit of flux on here, so I'm going to heat up the flux because that helps with the flow. See again, and sometimes you can kickstart the process by actually getting a bit of solder on there. So we've already actually added solder in, but it just helps it flow. So like I said, it does take a lot of heat, and this is on 450 degrees as well. So okay, that's getting hot. That's good. So that's why that other side is in the battery, to help the bullet stay in place. It's got hot. You got to go in. Then you heat it up. Then what you want it to do is to drop in, and it's going to be flush with the surface. And then you want a gloss finish. So the cable's starting to heat up. See this again, see it's taking a lot of heat. So we give a little bit of a help. Take it away, beautiful. So it's going down, and we're in. There we go. So another look. And this cable at the moment is extremely hot. And I'm just going through the glove, go through the paint. Even went through the glove. That's how hot these things get. But again, too hot is not good for the cable. You don't want the solder creeping up, so you lose its flexibility. So at the moment, that is still piping hot, even with these gloves on. And we'll have a look at the joint. Where are you? Focus. It will come out and we'll go in. Focus. So we got that nice gloss. So that's all the flux in the solder. So you don't want a pale, opaque finish. You want that nice gloss on there. So, like I said, heat is your friend on these QS8s, but it also is your enemy as well, and a glove and the battery connector, so it doesn't. You know, that's like on all the AMS XT90s XT60s is you always put the other side, even, you know, every connector really, you just put them on there to stabilize that bullet so it doesn't want to move on you to go to cattywampus. So there we go. You're welcome. Okay, let's do a bullet. So again, just got my ball nose, long nose, linesman's, whatever they're called in your country. But I get bullet, put it on here, so that just clamps down so it doesn't go anywhere. Not from my house. Okay, now the secret, there is no secret. It's all about feel. So this is where your experience comes in. You're always going to stuff them up. I still stuff them up, but I find these bullets are better. So you can, because they got a hole on either side, so you can put them in. Nah, we're going to make that tighter. We'll go around again on the rubber band. We want to clamp it in really well. So that ain't going anywhere, mate. Yeah, that ain't going anywhere. So piping hot, soldering iron, give it a clean. She loves a clean tip, that's what she said. Pre-solder, get it on the tip, go in. And this is the bit, how much do we add? So we want it to flow out, but you kind of get a feel for these things. Okay, going, we want to probably just go over halfway. We don't want to go all the way, or that solder will flow out. So that looks actually pretty good. So we'll go in, super heat it up. We're in frame, yep. You can see all that heat coming out, and it's just a matter of pushing it in. And there we go. Hold it. It's a set because they are super hot. That's why I got the gloves on for this one too, because this cable gets really hot. This is 8 gauge as well, so we're not playing around. The MGM ones where they're 6 gauge, full, sort them in from the boys. Right, we'll go over to the long nose so we can just hold it. Okay, I'm just going to put the rubber band on. So this just helps clamp it down so it doesn't go anywhere. So it was this one. Yeah, so you can see the hole on this. Okay, it's set through, and then the hole on the other side is still, you can still see the cable. So some picture frame. And we just want to heat this up again. Super hot. And then go in. And we'll get in there, we go. So you're not so worried about the female bullet, because you're going to put a heat shrink over it, so they don't have to be perfect. I mean, you can use a file to grind it down if you want, or Dremel, but that's fine. Heat shrink will hide your mistakes. All good? Okay, here's another one of Mike's tips and tricks, is your heat shrink. So if you got your heat shrink and it's undersized, you can't put it on, so all you do is get your long nose pliers. Actually, we'll go with the other smaller size long nose. I tend to have better luck with these ones. Smaller ones are better because then you're not going to tear the shit out of it. So then you just give it a gentle persuasion. Open it up. That's right. So give it an open because it's rubber. End of the day, so you just stretch the shit out of it. See, the other one, you got the bigger ones, you got more leverage, but then you got a tendency to actually break the heat shrink. So it's got a quick memory, so you want to stretch it, quickly put it on. Look at that, and there we go. And I always like to go over on mine, so you can see. I'll zoom in. I like to go over, so when I do hit it with the heat shrink gun, which I'll do now for you. Get my heat shrink gun is way better than a naked flame gun, because you can burn the heat shrink. There we go. So how we stretch it, spin all it down, and then you get a tighter fit as well. Yeah, I do recommend the glue on it. It's way better. They didn't have any in my local electronic shop, so I just opted for the standard heat shrink. End of the day, it's heat shrink. But you can see there, so it all closes in. And then you can use a craft knife to cut it back. So yeah, if you ever get stuck, you got undersized heat shrink, give it a stretch, tell it who's boss, and then voila, you got that. Carry on. So here's the update. Trays are in on both sides. I underestimated how much epoxy I needed. well and truly underestimated. 3 tubes, if you're interested, but they're in their set, so I'll wait for that to cure 24 hours. Then over here, got the tray, found some standoffs. Don't know where they came from, but had to do a little bit of how's it going on that to get those fitted. So glad about that. Epoxy the bases in, so that at the moment that's setting, so that's why I haven't opened it up for you. So I still got 1 hole to drill in there for my cables to come in. Sourced a Spectrum SLT or STX3, I think it is, the RTR controller. So that's coming in from Marketplace. Then I have soldered on the plugs, which you've seen. Those are all done nice, and I've done the extension and the QS8. So that's all basically ready to put in. So now it's just back to there to cure. Then we'll fit back all these. So, but I'm gonna let that cure for at least 24 hours. So that's the update. What's next? Key in, yeah, pain in the ass, but it is in. So we go, all cables train. There's the in, coming from there. That's the in. Got a nice bit of slack. Then I've got the out coming down here. That'll tie into that one, and that'll be the motor one. So this is still loose. This bracket here is still loose because we can play around with the angle. I'm an angle, but we'll get the motor in now. So that's this one here. All right, I'll get that in. Cables trained. Got the tray to go. Everything's all good. Tied in, cinched down. Looks bloody good. Got all the outlets connected. Down there. Still setting the epoxy on the trays, so you know, give it good 24 hours to cure, but it's just mainly the box linkage. I've got to drill a hole for those cables to come in, so the programming cable and the signal cable from the ESC. So I'm just going to drill a hole below that little carbon fiber shelf so it goes under, and we'll sneak them around. We'll just leave the programming cable there so you don't have to do the old reach around at the back. So I'm gonna have a break, gonna get ready for racing. But yeah, we're nearly there. Trendsetters, looking good, eh? Schmickos. Done. Box is in, linkages is in, I've set everything, bound it. The remote came in from Marketplace, SLT3, different binding process that you need to do on the later Spectrums. It's a press 1, 2, 3 to bind, and then it'll flash on you. So it's not press and hold, which I think is like the SLX or STX or whatever versions. So had to do a bit of homework on that, but yep, it was good. Good throw on it. I had to dial it down actually. Plenty of power, but all I got to do is I've got a little L bracket standoff for the aerial, have that sticking out because again, fiberglass, she don't like it, but come out really nice. So the good thing about this boat is I can do a test run. So yeah, so cleaned up the tips, cleaned up all the auto bailers, sanded all that down, gave it a light little sand. But now it's test and tune time. So I'll probably do a quick test, power it up, program it here. Won't have that on camera. And then I'll take you over to the Kraken. The Kraken. So there we go. That was pretty straightforward, that install. Jai had done all the work, all the set out, he'd done all that. I just had to clean it up, put all the plugs, do a few little things, a little bit of bitses on this. So I'm going to get some red heat shrink, put it on here, so then it'll make it a bit watertight. So then if you do need to change these, you can just slice the heat shrink and then just start again. So because these are loosey-goosey, so you can see that. So love these. These are plumbing fitting that I picked up on AliExpress. So I don't know what the IDOD is on these, but I had them and they worked. Just got to put a little bit of heat shrink on those, just so we can stop the ingress. And on these, I was going to get 3D print some, well, they got like a rubber now that you can do, just push them in with a bit of silicone. So yeah, there's that one, and then there's one on the lid as well. So finale, that's it, aero out, comes out, plenty of exposed coax to pick up that 2.4 gigahertz signal. Oh, the ISO on that, she's bright today. So all that is a pickup that I've just used, bit of pink tubing to protect it. There goes the aerial there. Very important, especially on fiberglass hulls. And look, we've got a carbon fiber box, so that signal ain't going shit anywhere. So, final piece. All right, I'm going to run this on Sunday down at the Kraken. Stay tuned. Okay, Jai's behind the steering wheel on this one. Morning, welcome back to the Kraken. Oh, nice, it hunkered down, on power. Typical though of the 48G. Once she gets on power, then she brings the nose down. So we're just doing some nice passes. It's only going to be a small run video. Makes sense when the prop goes the right way. Put the right flexi shaft in. Looking good. Let me get the jizz off the camera. There we go. What was that? 30, 40?
No, that would have been about 70.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, it's got to get out of the pocket. Zoom it down so we can get a bit of even the stabilisation. The bell comes down. Bloody looking steady, eh? The 48s always look good, eh? I mean, Jai's had 40A, he had the bloody bonsai in it.
Oh, yeah.
He's probably the best man to drive this thing. Had the bonsai. Beautiful. Alright, we're going to wrap this up. It's pretty windy, it's going to piss down. We're going to hit LBC soon. What's that? 6200 Mard, China Hobby Lines in it. 6S. You know, bigger these things are, the less run time you get. Whoa, this guy ran it like he bought it.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Jai, for driving.
Welcome, welcome.
And we'll see you at the next one.
What have we got next?
Big 29.
Oh!
Alright, thanks boys, see ya. Hey, look at Robocop over here.
Nah, cold. That's also cold.
I'm the only dick in this.
Oh.
Yeah, warm,
Too good.
warm, beautiful.
I'd say that would be no more than, honest to God, 26, 27
Yeah,
degrees.
yeah.
Which is still
Yeah.
cold.
It's in the real degrees, eh?
Yeah, not Fahrenheit.
What do you mean 26? It's cold, mate.
It's got something to do with the downhill slope.
Yeah, that good old chestnut, eh? Yeah. Oh, that's shit. Because the wind's coming across, so it would have been pulling more.
Well, actually, because there is that crosswind, we're going to have higher rate. We're going to have higher
Yeah,
water
it's
there.
going to bulk up. It's going to
Yeah.
hold there. Touch. Done. This match will do AI.